I've just bought a bike from 1952 and in today's video I'm going to tell you why. Now I think we'll start with what on earth this thing actually is, apart from an old bicycle that not many people want. Well, this is a CWS. Now in 1863 the Co-op Foundation, which is basically like an early version of the cooperative sort of stores you get in loads of housing estates across the UK. In 1863 they formed CWS, the Cooperative Wholesale Society, and the point of this was that they would make noisy motorbikes, is that they would make wholesale products to be sold in co-op stores, and they did that for almost 150 years I think before they were merged into co-op as the whole thing. And this is one of the many things they made, a bicycle, gentleman's bicycle, having this here from 1952, and this is what I've just bought. Now the CWS, or Cooperative Wholesale Society, was a federation, and that is why on anything that is made by CWS, the wholesale for the cooperative stores, they all say Federation on them, and that is the same on this bike from 1952. And the actual model of this bike, it is called the CWS Federal. Right, so before we start tinkering, let's have a little look, I've got to say, at this fantastic old bike and why I've actually bought it at 16 instead of just buying a normal bike like everyone else would. Well, first of all, it has a lovely badge on the front, and second of all, this lamp when you ride illuminates into a lovely sort of 6-volt vintage car-esque glow. But apart from that, I just wanted something to take to shows. I'm 16, I'm not old enough to drive yet, but I want something that I can call my own, that we can go to the local VSCC Vintage Sports Car Club meeting in, and I just really want something that I can accessorise and have myself. Of course, we have got the two sheds here. This is Fred the shed, which is the more working shed, but all these things are static. Once I shut the door, they're basically not there. I can't do anything with them, but this bike, I can take it out when it's not raining, and hopefully I can show it at a few places while still just using it as a bit of a summer bike, the CWS Federal from 1952. So I bought this bike just the other day. We actually visited a chap who has a bit of an understatement, invested, let's say, interest in vintage bicycles. He has many tandems and vintage bicycles, some dating from the 1800s. It's a fantastic collection, and he's also quite into his vintage cars, so we just popped over because Dad has known him quite well for a number of years, and I spotted this one. He recently had a few bikes he had up for sale, and I thought this CWS was absolutely fantastic. I was making noises about having something like an old bike or an old moped that I could actually use and take to places, and I think this fits the bill pretty well. So within a day of seeing it, I handed over the money, and here it is now at Car Traction HQ. On the first night I didn't film it, but I just couldn't bear not to. I doused the whole thing in WD-40, and as you can see, the morning after, it is just so nice and oily ragged. If the camera would do a favour and actually focus on the thing, the paint is absolutely gorgeous. This is its original paint from 1952, all the original fittings. You can see the brake cable there, just beautiful original 50s fittings on this. The brakes don't really do much, but they're actually better than I thought. I took this for a quick ride just before buying it, and also rode it back a few miles to back here. He's fairly local to us, and I've got to say, it just glides. It rides beautifully, maybe even better than my modern bike, which I just use for fun and a bit of ragging off-road, because it's just it just rides so beautifully. Completely unrestored since new. This is our own saddle. It actually came without a saddle, and it's got this fantastic, I've got to say, very comfy, very wide, perhaps like a more of a motorbike or moped saddle. That's actually our own thing, the right feather bed with the airfoam built-in cushions, and that suits it pretty well, another 50s accessory. But it's just a beautiful quality thing. This is the original fitted tyre pump, which still works, just clips in there, and yeah, the paint on everything, it's just gorgeous. If you've been watching Car Traction or Old Classic Car for a bit, you'll know we are suckers for patina and originality, and this has got bucket loads of it. It's just I love it, I really do. It's got no chain guard. It would have originally had a chain guard, but I prefer not to have a chain guard anyway, because it means if the chain slips off, you have to get your spanners out. As if it slips off now, I can just get my hands dirty and put it back on relatively easily. So that's why I prefer not a chain guard. On that matter, this bike is equipped with a Sturmey Archer 4-speed, which is in full working order actually. And it's very nice to use. It's kind of like an old car actually, because I haven't driven old cars on the road, but I've driven them a little bit just on various abandoned runways and fields, and it's just like it, because in an old car you have to shift very slowly, sometimes double clutching, little blips in between, and it's just the same in this. You really have to ease off the pedals just to gently guide the old Sturmey Archer hub into the higher or lower gear than you're currently in, and about 5 to 10 seconds later it drops in, and I've got to say it's such a satisfying feeling when it drops in. Riding this old bike in a similar way to driving a vintage car, it's just the most satisfying thing. It really is. I probably sound dumb saying this at 16, but I think I'm really going to love this thing. This paint is just so nice and original. It'll just ruin it to restore it. So in today's video, it's a bit of an introduction to this new stablemate in the Fred the Shed. And my current bike is now going to be stored in Ned the Shed. It's dangerous having space for things, isn't it? Because I invested in this fantastic old CWS. And in today's video, after giving you a little bit of an introduction of why I've actually bought the thing to take it to shows, and just to enjoy really, because I like old bits of technology and mechanical things. Still got the original bell on it as well. There you go, which has got a little lighthouse emblem. If I just loosen it off there. But yeah, in today's video, we're going to jazz it up a little bit. No, we're not putting LEDs or anything on it. I do really like the look of it at the moment. But in today's video, we're going to add some period accessories, which I have in here. No, the phone actually offends the period look, as does the gloves. But we're going to add a few period accessories. Here are a few. Got this little light on the back. We'll make sure to add that. Just stuff that would have been on it in period and just really suit the look of this vintage bike. No modern fittings at all. And we've got this badminton racket, which was actually my grand's old badminton racket back in the day. She used this, and it'll be going on the CWS Federal Riv. This lovely old clamp, but this is very seized, and I need to unfree that. So that's probably the first job of the day, to start accessorising this beautiful vintage bike. We've actually started already, as I said, doused it on WD-40, and we've also got this fantastic badge, which is our own edition. That's nice, that wasn't that tight. Shows how WD-40 really helps with freeing up rusty bolts, and of course a vise to hold the rest of it still. And there we go. That is the badminton racket clamp all freed off as I drop the screw on the floor. So now I'm just going to spray a bit of oil over this, make it look as nice as the rest of the bike, then I'll start figuring out where to put it on the actual fork. I just thought actually this might be a bit easier without the racket in. Oh, I'm so smart, look at that. Perfect. Now that's tight, we can fit Ran's old badminton racket. Well actually, I really ain't that smart, because a bike like this, that's going to be shaking round, needs one of these fellas. And I didn't put one of those on. So I'm going to put this on now. Lesson learnt. Okay, so now we've got the badminton racket, Grand's old badminton racket, mounted on the old CWS. I think it's time to give it a little test ride with its new badminton racket. Just do a few loops of the driveway. I think that looks quite good there, doesn't it? So there you go, at least it hasn't shaken off. I have remembered to put a spring washer on it now, so that's good. I've got to say, this bike rides so nicely, especially on smooth roads and stuff. So I think now we'll see what other period mods we have to put on this old bike. Well, now that the badminton racket is securely fastened on there, which I think looks like quite a tasty little period mod, the next thing we have is this. This is a little bike rear light. We've got a reflector on the back here, but this is an actual light. It hasn't got a bulb in it, so obviously it isn't going to work. But I think that would look quite nice on its little mounting plate somewhere like there. Just these lovely little period knickknacks just look so nice in a vintage bike like this. So I think I will maybe clean up the bracket a little bit and I'll stick that on. Well, the bike is looking a little less plain and a bit more accessorised now, with this lovely little rear light on the back. It's a lovely period fitting. I've also put an OXO tin under this sort of very sort of strained storage little area, which probably isn't a permanent fitting as Dad might want it back, but it's just there for now and I think it looks quite good. Little old tin that sort of would have been on the back on something like this in period. Is it on?
I don't know. I think the light probably is on if you get a bit of speed up. Yeah, I think so.
Fast forward a couple of days and nothing really has changed with the 52 CWS. I've just been getting used to it over the last 2 days, going out on a couple of short rides, sort of varying in length. I will go on longer rides. Just been doing like a few sort of stress test things, like riding it over gravel and things to make sure nothing shakes off or anything, and that is why it looks exactly the same, but this little lens on the back here is new because the thread on the old one, which I previously put in this video on, was like really chewed up and it just kept rattling off, so that's got a better thread on it, that one, and it's a bit tight. So I've just been sort of stress testing it by getting a few miles on it. I've got to say, I do love riding it. It's so satisfying to ride. The Sturmey Archer 4-speed is working fairly well. First speed is a bit weird, but you only really need second, third and fourth. It takes about 10 seconds to shift after you move the little lever here, but it's the most satisfying feeling when it does eventually shift. It might be 100 yards up the road after you little click the thing up, but it does do it eventually. It does do it eventually. You just need to give it time, which is, of course, the attitude you need to give these old things. Dad dug out this vintage lunchbox. Very famous 5 that, so that can go on the back there at some point. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I cycled over when I was getting a few miles on it to the previous owner of the bike, and we've got a new seat post on it now, which means the seat's just a tiny bit angled, a little bit back, and it angled a little bit sort of like that, if you get what I mean. So it's like that bit's higher, that bit's lower, which makes it a bit more comfortable. It looks a bit better with the proportions of the bike as well, so that's a handy addition. When I was coming back, actually, it started to sort of swing from side to side, so it got loose, so that's all tightened now, and I just went around tightening everything up just a little bit, just to make sure nothing falls off. And the lamp is still working. Whichever way I flick the little switch under there, it always seems to come on, but it's so dim that you don't really notice it unless it's about 12 AM, between 4 AM or somewhere around there, and I will not be riding this bike at such hours. There we go. So I appreciate this probably hasn't been the most exciting video in the world, but I just thought you guys would be interested to see what I've been doing tinkering with my latest purchase. In a couple of weeks' time, at time of recording, I plan to take this to the VSCC evening meeting, the monthly meet there. So that will be its sort of debut, and I'll just see if I can make a video of taking it to there, and also looking at some of the beautiful 1920s, 1930s vintage cars that turn up, and maybe we'll see the owner's Aston Martin there, which will be fairly likely, I'm sure. So yeah, please do let me know if you understand or if you don't understand why this 16-year-old with all the junk in the shed has decided to buy this old bike from 1952, the CWS. And make sure to like and subscribe to keep posted for any future content, be it cars, car shows, or bike content. But for now, I think we'll close up the shed for today and say thanks for watching.